Mediterranean Viking OP, please nerf. And Sindrin has gifted a sub to Zate. Zate, congratulations on the gifted sub courtesy of Sindrin. Enjoy. That's a very generous gift there. Sindrin, appreciate it. Living on that island is guaranteed not to be unbearable. Yeah, that deserved a sub, I'll be honest. With naval transport you can save the scouts in the south. Unfortunately I can't, because those transports can only go to coastal, and look at that. I am completely... Oh, hang on. Where are we? Here. Surrounded. Coastal, occupied. Coastal, occupied. I don't think... Well, I can get round here, but then how does that help me? Because all of this coast is going to be occupied. Like, the borders automatically push out to the coastal areas. I physically can't escape by sea. It has to be through either open borders or war, or them building an outpost here and then me just running for it. Because we'll be technically in the same land already, so we're already there. And then at that point I need to make it out in one turn. Which I think I can do if it's through this. Because then if they build an outpost, I run up to here, and then one turn I'm out. As long as the outpost isn't built in a turn. Okay, let's continue explorifying. So we'll go down to here. I want to reveal as much of these areas as possible so I know exactly where I can build, because location, location, location is going to be very important here. Now, we do have enough money to buy some more trade routes, hopefully. Not from you. Not from you. Not from you. We've already bought all of the trade routes we can get. Now, are those trade routes worth any more money? They're still just 9 money, but there are some buildings later on which will increase. It doesn't actually say how many trade routes we have. It just says from number. Now, there definitely needs to be more information about trade here. And is that per trade routes per city? Does trade technically flow from one city to another? Like, how does that work? Is there a winning condition? Yes. So by the time you hit turn 150, which is 98 turns from now, the person with the highest fame wins. So right now we are really far in the lead, though these things can change. But considering we've already got a 1,400 point lead, I don't think they will. Like, we've already run away with this game. The ability to add population to your cities, which the AI doesn't seem to do, kind of cinched it for us. I mean, it took us longer to get to that position, so there was definitely a risk-reward factor there. Plus, we're playing as a naval nation, which I tend to do pretty well at. Plus, we're playing as an uber commerce nation, which again I tend to do pretty well at. Yeah. Yeah. Mahara's already at a 16 population. Are you kidding me? Come on! Alright, we need to build some more structures then. Wait, what are you saying? Oh! Oh! Duh! I totally forgot I had a third copy of coffee I could be selling. Alright, so what other structures can we get? Food per horses. We do now actually have horses, so that could work. Food and rivers, we're not really doing that. Influence on the plaza could be good. We don't have any workers, we don't have any of that, we don't have any of that. Building up some fortifications is probably a good idea. And we could also get Spear. Man, we built these units in turn now. Like, we already have an industry of 93. Madness. Right, let's build some walls. Just to make sure we have some defenses, you know. Just to make sure my palace is properly guarded. Grim foundations. In Maharo, work is proceeding on the magnificent new wonder. What should be the source of pride in the local population, however, is causing much dread. A terrified citizen has approached your court to tell you the city's head priest intends to bury alive 100 random citizens near the base of the structure to bring good fortune and pacify the gods. What is your reaction to the plans? So the gods must be angered. We become fanatical, but faith doesn't do naff all. Stop it! The population of Maharo will be most relieved of your intervention. Or switch it. The sacrifice will be of animals, not people. For being spared, the citizens will pay in military labour. So land units and naval units are cheaper, but we lose some food. No, we're just going to stop that. It's silly. Burying people? That's burying a valuable labour force. Okay, so you guys have actually arrived here ahead of schedule. So we'll go ahead and skip a couple of turns so you can get some strength back. Unless, of course, you can already go to sea. Nope. That's fine. Oh, there's nothing here.
Let's do it.
Really? Oh, it's over there, probably. Or else I just need to be a little bit more aggressive about trying to sail out into the unknown. I probably need to be more aggressive about sailing out into the unknown. So I might just go due south, just to see if there's anything there. And then go out from, like, here. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Cool. Culture has been chosen. An unknown AI has chosen the Morians. Bit of a bad choice. Anyone that has independent civilization bonuses is just like, is that really wise? Not sure that was so wise. There is nothing out here. Well, now we know. You can skip another turn, keep on healing up. Unknown civilization has become the Goths. So several people are starting to tick up at this point. So we have the Morians, we have the Goths. We have one more that's at the maximum fame level. Acknowledged. And yeah, you're getting the lost at sea penalty, but you won't actually suffer it. Sail home. And there we go. Safe. The Mortonator has successfully claimed their Lucy OpenDev access. Congratulations on that Mortonator. Enjoy. Burying people means that more people will grow out of the ground. Also, hey, Combat Bunny, how are you doing? Okay, you guys need to wait another turn, and then we can finally dispatch you and start colonizing this. Actually, I'm kind of wondering. I should probably put a harbour up here. That's valuable coastland, which is not... coastal area. It's not actually land, so I can't call it coastland, which is not being exploited. Likewise, down here, there's a whole bunch. Yeah, I should definitely do that. So let's go ahead and put a Kothon right here. Which, of course, we are going to immediately purchase. And that gets me access to all of this. I do like how you kind of get the little fishing boats that appear in worked coastal areas. That's pretty cool. We are now on plentiful food, even though all of our slots are filled. We do have an additional building slot, which is good, because we're about to get population next turn. And also, pyramids next turn. Suddenly, this scary cave. And I have seen eyes appearing in there from time to time. Will suddenly be built on top of. They're just a crypt. That's all that is. It's a crypt, right? Empire 2 went with the Persians. And there's the wonder. World deeds completed. Successfully built a cultural wonder, and we immediately have the ability to build another. Now, I have a feeling we're going to want the lighthouse. I have a big feeling we're going to want the lighthouse. Empire 2 has reached the classical age with the Persians. Population in Maharo. So we'll come back to you in just a moment. In fact, no, let's do that now. Because, yeah, I'm thinking we'll probably put a lighthouse somewhere on the coast. Actually, this would have been an amazing spot for the lighthouse. Never mind. I'm just thinking if we do choose to play as the Dutch, then we don't necessarily want to be building things behind our harbour locations, because that would be interrupting the warehouse locations. So let's see what's available, because we're definitely going to have the influence to expand our borders, because these guys are probably claiming land. Actually, they're not really. Not yet. Oh no, you've got a third. You've got a third. You've gone here. Memphis is the only one that hasn't. Egypt's had a really slow start. Egypt's last. I don't know how Egypt is doing so badly, considering in how good a position they are. I was expecting them to be like a major power at this point, but they're just not. Right, you guys can now set sail. There we go. Heck yeah. Boat time. Alright, let's take a look at those wonders. So we got the Colossus of Rhodes. Militia are not lost over time during sieges. So sieges basically do nothing except for building military units. Lighthouse of Alexandria will give us more vision, and also allow our naval units to have an additional combat strength and 2 more movement, which is pretty huge. Mausoleum of Halicarnassus allows us to get science per districts. We don't really have any districts. And then the Statue of Zeus is more money per alliance. We don't have any alliances. Trade routes we have. We're definitely claiming the lighthouse. That's a big get for us. So let's go and see if we can place the lighthouse down. Seeing as we just finished the pyramids, it's time for us to do another. What do we need to build this on? Must be placed on... Oh, it's at sea! Okay, that's a lot better. It doesn't take up the valuable space. And this will automatically work. The tile it's placed on, too. So we could, for example, stick it on this science. We should probably put it like near or next to one of these. Maybe out here. Quite like that spot. Warn people of the giant mountains they're about to sail into. Maybe here. No, I don't want to put it on the edge because it could easily get ransacked. But out here I think makes sense. Is this warning you of the headland? Let's put it there. Okay, so we'll start working on the Lighthouse of Alexandria. That's going to be just fine. Population is 17 of 18. We're in 2 turns. We get another population slot. So in 2 turns, we're going to need to build another district of some description. And with that in mind, I think we need to start getting some actual districts. And I think market quarters? Let's get some farms going here on the river. Because I have a feeling that food is going to be one of our potential problem spots. And then what we can do... Oh, hang on. Do these have an adjacency bonus for markets? I think they do. +1 per adjacent market quarter. Indeed they do. So what we can do in that case is set up some market quarters around the luxuries. And considering we are just an out-and-out commercial nation, These marketplaces take priority. Even though it would be really nice to build some production centers around those. That's really what we need. Thankfully we have 3 luxury resources in our capital which we can grab. Okay. New research. What do we want? We can move on to craftsmanship. Foreign outposts would give us access to the quadrireme. Hydrology would give us the aqueduct. Although we're getting wonders, we're not going to need the aqueduct quite so badly. Standing army, reveal iron early. You know what, I like that idea because then we can see where the iron is on the islands. Burying an ancient evil under a pyramid. At this point, you're just trolling future archaeologists. Yeah, that's true. Lighthouse seems like a no-brainer this playthrough. It really does. Yeah, it really does. Still waiting on the drop. 3 hours. Minus however much you've already watched. Playing my first run seems like I was the first to pick a culture. That's the opposite to what happened in my run. I was last. First time I tried this. Culture chosen. Oh dear. Unknown AI, so it's not on our island. It's fine. It's not one of my neighbours, being the Huns. And then we have a lost at sea, but you're not actually lost at sea. You just need to make sure you end up on a coast, which you will. There's still nothing out here. How the hell did I find the other islands? Did I go around the top? What am I doing wrong here? Alright, you are going over here. Now where can you land? You can only land over there, which basically means you've got to go here.
Blades in the water.
And then 1, 2. I need to be playing the grids on. Distance matters at the moment. Population gained. Maharo is now at an 18 population. That is maxed out. Okay. Purchase. Purchase. So we can now have up to 5 farmers. Food abundance continues to rise, which is good. And finally, Maharo, as a city, is starting to grow rather than these just weird production and finance centers on our coastline. Like, we had loads of these little villages on our coast, but the main city of Maharo was tiny. It's just like, there's nobody here. It's just a giant palace and some pyramids under construction. Right, you have your 4 turns, so let's go boop, straight out this way. There we go. Had to take a risk, but that is in fact coastal right there. So that is where we can cross. Now that, interestingly, means that we can't reach it with our colonizers. Land troops can't make that jump. Only the warships can. Because they would get 1, 2, 3, sink. Because they move 2 at a time. However, with the lighthouse increases the speed of transports. They're not technically naval units, so I don't know that it will. It's an interesting thought, though. Just need to get to here. And there we go. Boom. Coastal!
Will do.
And we found another island chain. I really love the fact I had no idea that this stuff existed in the first couple of times I played. It's making this playthrough all the more exciting because it's a completely new area. It's great. Alright, can we trade with anyone? Babylon, you guys are going to be super science. You have nothing new. What about you, Egypt? You have nothing new. Alright then. Persia. Persia's going to be a bit scary. Persia's going to be a big empire. Persia tends to do quite well. Because of their extra administrators, they can manage and maintain more cities. And you can sail out this turn, because you can survive one turn at sea. And then next turn, bish bash and bosh. And then we're off after that. Now, we need to decide where we want to put this outpost. Probably just here. Or maybe here. No, here. We're not going to be able to build on Lake Hylia, but it will be adjacent to us. And this is just the most central location, although if it comes to that, we might want this to be a communal site. So maybe we want the actual city, like here. And we'll expand it out that way and expand it out that way. With Kothons wherever we need them.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. This game is freaking gorgeous, isn't it, though? Like, they've done such a good job with the graphics in this. They really have. Okay, so we have just researched standing army, so we now know where the iron is. So I think we're going to grab fortifications. Just in case we do get attacked, we can just turtle the hell up. Which is my defensive plan. We're at maximum population again, so let's go ahead and buy a couple of these. 2 of those, 2 more population. Keep our food supply in abundance, and we'll keep it growing. And money, income continues to rise, although we're only generating 4 per person. Trader income is a bit rubbish. Just double checking to see if there's anything else we can do. Yeah, there is. We can get the food market. We can get the main plaza. And that's it. How are we doing for stability? We're at 100. And we're going to be well above 100. So I think what I want to do is have you a little bit closer to the front of the queue. In fact, just for the purposes of being able to see what I decided to build, we'll put you in second. Though you are much less important than this one. Okay. Is this made by the same devs that did Endless Space? It's the same devs that did Endless Space and Endless Legend and Endless Dungeon. So any of the Endless series. Same company, yes. Can you build pyramids in this game? Don't know how to answer that. How much longer do I intend to stream for? I will do another hour now, then I'll be taking a break for 1 hour, then I'll be back again for 4 hours. What are the main major differences between Humankind and the Civ series, not following development of the Humankind? The big one is you change nation between eras. So going from Ancient Era, where I was playing as the Phoenicians, I then moved up into the Classical Era, and I'm now Carthage. Then when I go from Classical to Medieval, I'll have another choice, and I can change nation again. And that means that you get new unique units, new unique buildings, new unique mechanics. And the coolest thing about that is some of that stays as a legacy. So because I was Phoenicia, all of my purchases are 20% cheaper. And then because when I switch in the future I was Carthage, I will have another 50% bonus, 50% reduction to purchases. So with Carthage and Phoenicia, all of my purchasing is going to be 70% cheaper. It's going to be ridiculous. And that's just like the kind of things you can do, like changing nations. There's loads of stuff. Like the combinations are massive. Ah, this is the big island. Okay. So we may not necessarily want to grab each of these little areas, But we almost certainly want to colonize this big area. It's basically America. It's like no AI over there. There might be some independent nations like these guys. But that's it. Still nobody's taken this. I mean, we could try sailing, but I honestly don't think that's going to reach anything. Are we friendly enough with any of these guys to get a open borders?
Generous. A very
for 100
generous
ducats?
proposal.
Done. Although I actually wanted it with you. But Vlad is a little bit less scary. So now I can get these guys out. Alright. Run away! Run away! We have escaped. Should have done this ages ago. It only cost me 100. But it's fine. You guys have landed. So I want to take a look to see where exactly... Where are you getting science from? That? Where are you getting that science from? I think that this probably is the best location for the outpost. It'll be slightly faster growing and we get the science bonus too. So we'll get that next turn. Maharo got another population. You've still got another population to grow in 8 turns until the lighthouse is finished. New grievance available. Oh, against whom? Babylon. What? Really? You traitorous bastard! No, I'm defending. They attacked me. They're like, yes, we will allow you to purchase open borders from us and then immediately kill you. I'll come back to that. Because we're going to have the full reinforcements. There's literally one guy. I don't know if they're going to have city defenses on their side. They might. But in the meantime, I'm going to go, hey, Persia, how's it going? How you doing? You still have nothing to trade. How about you trade me everything? Yeah.
This is something you need to see.
You do intrigue me.
Kind of, really. Next turn I will. Now, what I was kind of hoping to be able to do was go to you and say, hey, you should totally go and attack that other guy. The one who just attacked me. This calls for some punitive actions against Babylon. It kind of does, doesn't it? Babylon, who is in 6th place. Babylon, who is still not classical. I'm just wondering what I can realistically do against them.
Don't pay and see what happens.
An act of sheer stupidity.
So they're trying
Our
to
people
defuse
tire
this.
of our squabbles. There is a better way.
So what does that mean? If I say no, then we're at war?